morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. How y'all doing? It's Kaiser, and I want to wish everybody out there in the good old US of a good old fashioned happy Independence Day. I'm going to go ahead and pre record this video here on the 3rd, and it'll just release. You'll be watching this on the 4th. So let's go ahead and just cover this real quick little bit of information. And then I'm going to get onto my nice revelry and blowing stuff up for the holiday. And I mean that with fireworks. I'm just having fun, not doing anything wrong. Shut up. Anyway, so folks, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, according to Deadline here, clocks a soft $130 million global bow at the international box office. Now, that's not international box office. That is total for the entire weekend of its opening weekend. And that is no bueno. So, I even kind of get into it a little bit down here. So, of that, 70 million is from 52 international box office markets and the 5th installment of the 42-year-old beloved franchise, which came in below projections. Oh, shocker of that. So that means this movie made a paltry $60 million domestic and $70 million international for a total of $130 million. I want to make sure I get that terminology straightened out here. So yeah, this movie is definitely not doing well. It, as far as I'm concerned, has already flopped. And a lot of people are starting to ask the question of, well, what happened? Why did this movie flop? Well, aside from all the usual suspects that I've covered in past videos, from, bad messaging to pushing politics on your audiences, ruining the heroes that we know and cherish, all those things. I mean, among others, but, whatever. So this article came out. So this is actually quite hilarious to me. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny bombs at the box office. Only 9% of moviegoers heard it was good from friends and family. Only 9% of moviegoers heard it was good from friends and family. That means the word of mouth on this movie is bad. The word of mouth on this movie is absolutely terrible right now. And it's even being pointed out. So as for why the film did bad, it appears audiences did not like it, despite the 88% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, which calls into question the reliability of the Fandango-owned website. Deadline reports that CinemaScore, Screen Engine, Post Tracks, exit poll reveals that only 9% heard it was good from friends and family. Youch. Yeah, that's not good. Kind of go on over here and show you what we're talking about, because over here on Rotten Tomatoes, it's showing an 88% score from audiences. If you do the all audiences, it goes down to 80%, but it still stays in that category. All critics 68%, top critics only a 58, which definitely drops it into the rotten category. But again, makes you wonder what is going on here, because we clearly have information here that not only is this movie doing bad, only 9% of people are telling people and their family, their friends, to go see it or that it's any good. And this is also being reported on other websites, here, ComScore, Screen Engine, Post Talk, as like track. Yep, and say that's the exit polls, and it's not good. Oh. So yeah, this movie is definitely not doing well. And so I did want to go ahead and highlight a couple of things here in this article here. This one's been pretty regularly updated since it came out. So I want to kind of dive in. It looks like somebody over there is doing yeoman's work and actually looking at information on the subject. Apologize, my allergies are still getting me there. Okay, so this one right here. So Let me go ahead and embiggen that for you. So I've gotten clarity on the whole thing about the inflated test scores. While Disney typically uses a friends and family testing system so that no spoilers are leaked in advance, I'm now told Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny never tested. Take what you will from that. Well, that's interesting because that goes completely against what we heard reported by none other than Overlord DVD, who said that from what he's been able to find out from people giving information to him that he's been able to try and verify, that apparently there were test screenings. There were up to 6 different endings for Indy 5, and none of them tested above a 30 to 35% audience score. They all sucked, and that's why it ended up going into reshoots for the new current ending that this movie is actually releasing with. So that's interesting that now we're hearing kind of some contradictory information. That's the word I'm looking for. So this also they make a mention here. So which leads us to Dial of Destiny's blah results. Why so low? Because it's coming off a sequel not many loved. It's playing a game, like the same game of Indiana Jones getting older. Couple that with our sour reviews coming out of Cannes, plus the finale's older skewing audience, 42% over 45, who are slow to come to cinemas, and here we are with a less than stellar box office result. While ComScore or Screen Engine's post-track exit show a 93% recommendation of Dial of Destiny combined from a yes or probably recommend category and 8% not recommending. Dig further in the morning's report and you'll find that a more telling stat about how no one is rushing to see Dial of Destiny. Only 9% heard it was good from friends or family. That kind of explains a little bit there. That's interesting. Also, what we're hearing from demographics, here's what's interesting. Even though just 10% came to see Phoebe Waller-Bridge as the female lead in a movie, women like Dial of Destiny better than men, with an 85% grade. Women over 25 who showed up at 35% gave it an 86%. So ladies are going to this movie and they're apparently liking it, but the dudes, and this is, look, there are ladies that like this franchise, don't get me wrong, but this has always been kind of a more dudes sort of franchise. So this is actually pretty crazy to think about, this information coming out. So I kind of found this through the grapevine. So this place reporting that only one Disney film since 2019 has topped 1 billion in worldwide ticket sales. The dry spell will continue. That is pretty damning, to be completely honest with you. And yeah, you can tell that Disney is desperate because now they're announcing that they're going to re-release a bunch of their beloved movies in theaters again. So yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Toy Story, Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, The Incredibles, Coco, Lion King, Moana. Yeah, those are all getting re-released to theaters because Disney has nothing to do right now. They have nothing good coming out and they need a win. And honestly, it's not coming anytime soon. So yeah, that's kind of where things currently stand on the House of Mouse right now. So real quick, I did want to address one final question, actually something that came up in my comments section after my last video, and it actually is worthwhile to talk about because I know a lot of people are talking about this. I've seen it around a lot of places, and I do want to kind of talk about it just because I think that, look, I want to be optimistic, but at the same time, I also know that Hollywood is a weird machine. It's not a beast. That is fickle to its own whims. It is a machine. It is a tired, worn out old machine that is guided by some really effed up parts inside. So let's kind of go into this. So this actually came courtesy of Bounding into Comics. So another rumor claims Kathleen Kennedy is now gone from Lucasfilm. And I have been hearing these rumors last couple of days. I mean, even before this, it was seemed like every other month or a couple weeks there was a new rumor that Kathleen Kennedy was fired from Lucasfilm, and she hasn't been. Okay, so I apologize if this is not what you want to hear, but as far as this movie goes, I have very, very extremely little to no faith that this movie is going to usher in the ouster of Kathleen Kennedy. So let me just clarify that. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so here's where I'm coming from on this. So I don't think that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be fired, and especially she's not going to be fired publicly. And I know I've been seeing a lot of rumors going around right now about things that are happening inside Lucasfilm. And I think that Gary over at Nerdrotic put it best whenever he said that I have it on good authority that Kathleen Kennedy will be out at Lucasfilm when she leaves. That is pretty accurate there. She's not leaving until she is basically ready to leave. I know that sounds crazy, and I've kind of had to temper my own expectations a little bit, but I think we need to kind of bring ourselves down to reality here. Kathleen Kennedy is a career executive within the Hollywood machine. I mean, Disney and Lucasfilm, whether you want to consider it or not, are part of the Hollywood machine. She spent over 40 years in this position, like in this machine. She knows a lot of dirt on a lot of people. I've heard some people even say so much as like must know where the bodies are buried, which is why they don't fire her. And I would say that's true. I mean, she's got to have dirt on some people, and if anybody moves against her, pretty much guaranteed that she's going to take, got the, if I go, I'm taking you with me mentality. She's also 70 years old. And at 70, she really, at this point, has no F's to give. Because this is Hollywood. This is the corporate executive machine. She's going to get her golden parachute. She's going to get her fancy stock options and her multi-million-dollar, retirement package. And she's going to ride off into the sunset no matter how this goes. No matter when she leaves Lucasfilm. Now, obviously, everybody here would like to have her leave Lucasfilm sooner rather than later. But I honestly don't see that happening, especially with her announcing new projects and stuff going on. To be completely honest, the thing is, I want to bring everybody to reality here. When Kathleen Kennedy leaves her position at Lucasfilm, she's going to do it voluntarily. She's going to do it to being showered with praise and accolade, and everybody's going to talk about how she was the greatest gift to movies since, the film camera. That's the way that this is going to go, because any other way, and they invite her wrath. She has dirt on people, and she is not afraid to use it. So yeah, honestly, given her, time, her tenure, her age, and the current situation within Lucasfilm and Disney, I don't think she's going anywhere. Not for, and let me be honest. If Bob Iger was to go ahead and fire her tomorrow, it would be a surprise to me. And I would be worried that Disney is really inviting some seriously bad PR, not to mention some seriously bad, Oh yeah, lawsuits that are going to be coming down the pipe because these executives are like they're like ticks. You know, you pop them off, but then they will grow back sometimes, and yeah, that's why you have to smother them out before they'll actually get off of whatever they're just sucking the blood out of. Frankly, if they want her to leave Disney, Iger just has to basically go to her and say, "Look, this was an absolute catastrophe. This is bad, and the board. If the board was to push a vote and basically say, look, you take your retirement benefits and you take your retirement now, or you don't get it at all." And I mean, even then, I mean, I'm not entirely sure that she would not have the mindset of just completely nosediving in anyway. But let me be completely honest. I mean, the only way that she's going to be forced into retirement is if the board comes together and Bob Iger, and they literally require her to take her retirement and force her out that way. But even then, she's going to go out to applause and praise and accolade. She's not going to be frog marched to the door. That's not going to happen. She's not going to get fired. She's too deeply embedded, and they're not going to do that, because to do so, that would be career suicide. Just going to be honest. So, folks, I apologize for the little bit of a black pill there, but I do want to go ahead and just say nothing is impossible. I'm just saying, based on what information I've seen, a lot of the rumors and the information floating around, that to me is kind of where everything is hovering right now. So take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Especially thank you for watching to the end of the video. And if you're new here, please definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Everybody, please hit the like, punch up that algorithm, and be sure to hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I put new videos up. Please, thank you all. Go out there, have a safe and fun and enjoyable Independence Day, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace.